really should have put it in that blue bag.
So what's it look like?
What, the purse?
Yeah, the drugs. It's actually dark.
And it's really small, is it not?
Yeah.
So, here we go.
Hi, I'm Natalia,
And I'm Jesse.
and we're from Detroit, Michigan, and we're addicted to
Meth, amphetamines, and heroin.
here.
Meth and heroin. How old are you guys?
I'm 38.
I am 42.
And are you guys in a relationship?
We
Yes,
are-
if you want to call it that. No,
Wow.
yes, we are. I'm kidding.
I said, wow. How long have you guys been together?
A
It's
day,
been
a day
2
and a half.
years.
No, about 2 years. Yeah, we've been together for 2 years.
How'd you guys meet?
We actually met in.
We actually met in recovery a long time ago and have met along the way since then. But we met in our addiction.
We actually came together this time in our addiction.
Yeah. I don't usually get in relationships during, that time in my life. Well, didn't really expect to be in this situation, but
She's actually.
I want to say we helped each other when we were in a dark place. But unfortunately, we kind of met each other in that dark place and became comfortable in the dark place together.
Yeah.
So you were both actively using when you met, when you linked up a year and a half ago.
Yes.
We were. Yes.
What made you say, let's get in a relationship, let's do this together?
The sex. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
No, we actually had a great vibe.
We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
The comfort level was just like surpassed anybody I've ever been with, I think.
Like literally, like right when she got in my truck, I picked her up and laid it. And right when she got in my truck, I looked at her and she looked at me. We didn't even say a word. I just turned up the radio and we both just kind of breathed like we were good. So haven't had nobody like that in a long time.
Just felt right, huh?
Yeah, it just felt right.
I want to go back to sex because we've interviewed some couples before.
Yeah.
And in addiction, it almost seems like that goes completely out the window. A, or B, it just doesn't work. Like physically, it does not work. So tell me about your guys' sex life.
It's amazing.
Pretty good.
It can be really, really good and really horrible because we take it to the extreme. We're very extremist. We're very passionate people, very dramatic people.
Even while on heroin, you guys are
Especially
on heroin.
Especially on meth.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter which
It
one.
doesn't matter. It all works.
I think it's just us.
Yeah,
It might just be you guys.
It's probably it.
it's all right.
How often do you guys have sex?
Shoot. Used to be like 25 times a day.
Right. We're down to about 2, 3, maybe sometimes. I don't know.
2-3 times a day, maybe sometimes 2-3 times a week.
Yes, we've been there. We've been there. But that's also when we're like, I hate you stage type shit. Like,
I hate you. Vindictive. We, in the beginning of the relationship, we said we'd never, if you ever fall out of love or want to cheat on that person or just
go.
What is the point? Why would you want to hurt somebody else? And here we are, knowingly doing it. But I still love him.
Wait, what?
Like, it's not, I don't hate him. When we get at that point in our relationship and we say, like, I hate you, and we just do mean things to each other, where we're at in our heads, it's not really how we feel. I think it's more so the drugs and just being dissatisfied with the point we are at in life and in our addiction.
We take it out on each other a lot.
You guys love each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that if you got sober tomorrow that you would stay together?
I I want to say yeah.
I do.
That has been the plan for a minute.
And it's been the plan for the last while.
To get sober?
To get sober. To get sober. We both have
Children.
12-year-old little girls.
You both have 12-year-old girls.
We both have 12-year-olds, and I have a 3-year-old too.
Do they know each other?
They do not.
The kids? Have they ever met?
They have not.
When's the last time you saw your kids?
I think mine, what was it, maybe one.
I don't remember when you. Oh, you didn't go to your mom's.
It's been about a month or two. I've talked to her, not a lot, granted, not a lot. And she is pissed about it too, so.
The last time, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Last time I really had a conversation with my 12-year-old was last year on my birthday. It's a really hard subject. The reason I kind of got into this relapse was because of the situations happening with my 3-year-old, who I lost rights to. Where I went to jail, what was it, 6-7 months ago? Yeah.
So when you get high, does it just take it all away?
Yes and no.
It helps. Take it away.
It helps, but it doesn't go away ever.
Ever?
It's never gonna go away.
No.
Do you think that if you got clean today, your kids would forgive you and want to be part of your lives?
I definitely think so. I know so.
We
You know,
We talk about it all the time.
it's just, it's more, and it seems selfish.
It's,
I feel like she might be better off without me in her life because I don't know if I can stay sober. I mean, I've been in and out of addiction her whole life. It's just, I don't know. It's hard.
yeah.
So you guys are using opiates, fentanyl, heroin, whatever you want to call it nowadays.
Yeah,
I know there's xylazine up in this area. We interviewed someone earlier.
Yeah.
Xylazine up
Yes,
here.
there
Yeah,
is.
that is very scary.
Very scary drug.
I think I OD'd on it 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
But there's people driving around giving you testers and they want you to shoot it up in front of them. But if you did the whole thing, you would definitely die.
And the Narcan don't work on
Narcan
that
doesn't
shit.
work on it.
So that's the scary part about it.
You have to do like a tiny bit. And people that unknowingly doing that are not going to do a tiny bit. Even if they do a tiny bit, it's probably too much for most people.
You don't know what it is. Like,
Our tolerance is like way too high because we haven't stopped for.
How much do you guys use in a day? You say your tolerance is too high.
usually a gram and a half.
How much does that cost, a gram and a half?
Depends. So we usually get a gram for anywhere from 80 to 100, or sometimes we get a little cheaper, 70 sometimes. So we're spending about 150, then you got a gram of ice, anywhere between 30 and 50, and then we get about 2 of those. So it's like,
It will never last longer than a day or half a day.
it's never enough.
Never
Like they
makes
say,
it
it's
through.
1,000 is never enough.
And we both know, we've both been in recovery. We've had substantial clean time. We're both pretty level-headed when sober.
It's we spend a lot of money. Let's put it that way. and what sucks is like we're fucking, you know.
We could be spending it on such better things. Like
other
we're
things.
go-getters type of people. I don't know. We do well when we're sober.
We do well when we're not sober, but we spend all our money on drugs.
That's not doing good.
Yeah.
Where you guys living?
In Detroit,
In a bando.
in an abandoned house.
Yeah, in a bando.
So we got squatters' rights. I don't know if they have that in Ohio. They don't have it really anywhere else.
Nothing I heard of.
I don't think so.
What does that mean, squatters' rights?
So, go ahead. No, you do it. How about
So
that?
you can go in a house that's uninhabited, and as long as you're making the property better,
Proving.
improving, they can't just come and tell you have to leave.
You have to be improving the property, so like upgrading, mowing the grass, which we need to do. You have to have something in your name, like a piece of mail or a bill.
And also,
Basically, no drug activity, nothing like that. It can't be a trap house.
they also have these programs in the city now where you can buy these houses for $1. So you buy the house and it becomes legally yours, and then they'll pay you to fix it up and live in it.
We're trying to get into that and see how that's done.
Yeah, so we just got to go through the paperwork, but of course...
We got to go through the paperwork, and we have to go through detox.
Neither of us have IDs right now. We don't have really...
I don't think if we don't come off at least the heroin, which we should come off everything, we know that.
Yeah.
Then we're never going to get anything done.
We never, it's like...
We don't move forward.
We don't.
We have all these great plans and ideas and hopes and dreams, and
It's probably pretty hard to own a house and renovate it and rehab it and do all that stuff if you're actively addicted to meth.
Definitely, definitely.
And both of us sober-minded, we know we can do that. We've done it before. We're very...
Right, like I owned a construction company at one time in my life.
We're very able-bodied people.
And I still work.
He still works.
I'm gonna go on the roof tomorrow, but...
You have a regular job?
Yeah.
And what about you? Are you working, Natalia?
No.
So how do you guys get your money every day?
A couple different ways.
Yeah.
What?
I know this guy Bob, I guess you call him a sugar daddy. I don't like saying things like that. Because it's not, I don't ever have to see him. I talk to him on Messenger, send him a video or a picture of us.
Sometimes. Like, she don't even really
I don't send him pictures. I just promise him that I will, and I don't do it. And he sends me a couple hundred or
All the
whatever.
time. Anytime she asks for money, can I get 40, 20, 50, whatever. And then give her a line of bullshit and fucking just send the money. It's fuck. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, you gotta be fucking this guy. But no, she's not.
I had like 3 or 4 people like that when we first met, but he was getting really jealous. And I'm like, you don't understand, I don't see these people. I don't.
Never seen them ever.
I've seen them. Like one of them I used to work with, but it would never go past the conversation on Messenger. There would be like the promise of tomorrow, and tomorrow would never come.
And they just are still so hopeful that they're still sending you money.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Not even that nice.
On the inside looking, I wouldn't even believe it. But like I'm with her all the time, so it's like I know that. Yeah, but and I still don't believe her half the time.
He
So.
still accuses me of like cheating and stuff like that.
Right.
Does
I was with you 24 hours.
the opiates or the meth cause paranoia or?
I want to say it's.
For this one. Well.
Yeah, we're both like that. And it's definitely from the drugs, but it's also from past trauma for both of us.
Past relationships, past hurts.
Being cheated on in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or being a cheater. And just knowing.
Just knowing that it's possible. But,
Fortunately.
So most of your money that comes in on a daily basis comes from either your working.
oh no, well I do pretty well at work, and then we scrap. Well, my truck just got impounded a few months back. We were scrapping. We were taking aluminum siding off a burnt down house, and the police decided. Well, the neighbors actually called the police. The police came.
It was a Detroit land bank house.
Little did we know, and detectives came. They impounded the truck. They threw us in DDC for fucking 3 days. They let us out, kept my truck in police witness evidence. Yeah. Finally, when they did let it go, it was all bounced all over the city. It just couldn't get it back.
Bill ran up really high because initially $250 right off rip if your car is seized in Detroit.
What?
And then $50 every day after.
So we go to court. They dropped the case because their prosecutor didn't show up. So the case got dropped completely. Like, there's no case. Everybody go home. Sorry, everything happened. and they still didn't release my truck. So basically, they kept my $3,500 vehicle with all my ladders, my power tools, and just my everything.
And the whole load of scrap, which
Yeah.
the entire vehicle was full to the ceiling. It was like
Yeah.
$300, $400.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
So, and then we do that, and then we
get offered how many? We got a truck with the guy had plates, insurance, everything covered for a year. Just wants $600, $700, and we've had it. How many times?
True.
We're gonna do it.
More than
It is so frustrating, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confused. So they've offered you a vehicle?
Well, I know a guy I did a roof for. He had a truck that he was gonna sell me, and $800, and he was gonna he has a friend that works at a dealership. He was gonna put in insurance with it because he couldn't find the title of what it was, and he's like, I can get you insurance, I can get you plated and everything for a year. You give me $800, the truck's yours, clear and free. But after a year, it's up to you to figure out what you're gonna do with it. You know what I mean? But this year, I got you guys, and we always.
I mean, we came into what, like $1,000 in one day, just on a
whim.
on a luck, and
How'd you just come into $1,000?
We sold some stuff.
we sold some gold. We didn't know gold prices were so high, 25 a gram.
Where'd you get gold from?
Places. We don't
boost.
we don't break into
We don't break
houses or
into places.
anything.
We don't steal from people.
Well, that's not.
Entirely true.
We were
Really
staying at a storage unit throughout the winter because we were homeless.
Yeah, a little too much.
That's too much?
Yeah. I think
All right,
so.
that's too much.
We're on
So
TV.
you're saying you don't steal from people, right? Like you're not robbing.
Like, I'm not gonna break in your house
No.
and steal from your. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna go in a store and like boost a coat or anything like that. Maybe go to work or stuff like that. Or we learned how to buy some units and get the things cheaper at a cheaper value. So
Storage units.
yes,
So shopping out?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I kind of had an inside guy that taught us some things, and it was a very profitable.
It was a lucky unit.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was. It was a lucky unit, and there just happened to be a bunch of fucking gold in there.
We didn't think it was real either.
No.
Did not. And that was the only one that had it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're both we both believe in God. So I wouldn't say we're religious, but we both have very
Spiritual.
strong spiritual beliefs. And we don't lose him through addiction. I used to do that. I don't know if you did. I used to denounce him, hate God, and whatever, blame it on him. And there's just no point in that. God needs to be with me throughout everything in my life, no matter if it's good or bad. And I think that's how it's supposed to be. But he shows up all the time with little things like that. And we ask him for things like, oh, I wish we had a truck. God, would you please help us get a truck? Or things like that. And he does. And we just squander the opportunity like idiots.
Yeah.
And then it's our fault.
It's our fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still hope.
A lot of hope. There's a lot of hope. We're not done yet. We're just basically getting started. We're probably gonna be hopefully calling care here shortly.
We were supposed to call him 2 weeks ago.
We're supposed to call them yesterday.
So what happens if you guys get kicked out of this house?
Then we move
Squatters'
on.
rights. If they decide to evict you and whatever, 9 days.
Then we move on. Then we move
We
on.
move on.
We've been, let me put it this way, all winter we were basically homeless.
He almost froze to death. We both almost froze to death. Like for real. For real, almost froze to
It
death.
was freaking cool. We spent a couple nights down here, downtown. In
Yeah,
the portage.
that was fun.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
What do you mean it was fun? Like outside?
I mean, yeah.
Well-
Just like hanging out in a different place.
Yeah, we were walking around at night in the snow. It was beautiful. It was, it was a good time.
I like downtown area.
Even being homeless.
Even being homeless.
Being homeless.
See, homeless is like a state of, I don't know, can you call it? Like,
Is it?
I mean, it is and it's not. Like,
Right.
You know,
I mean, what is homeless?
what is homeless?
What is a home? Is it just a house? Or is it
Where your
place where
kids
you
are at,
feel-
where your family's at.
love?
I always tell her she's my home. Wherever she's at, that's my home.
So the house that you guys are squatting in, that's your home.
For now.
Is our dwelling?
And you guys have love.
We have love.
Are you guys happy?
Most of the time.
Yes and no. I think we're not happy with ourselves individually. We're happy with each other.
Right.
We're at a good point in our relationship on this day.
No, that happened. We were pretty bad there for a minute.
Yeah, it's scary.
It was.
How scary is it out there in Detroit right now?
It's pretty scary.
Pretty scary.
Violence, drugs,
Violence,
people cutting
drugs,
stuff.
people fucking
Murder,
cutting stuff, people constantly trying to pick her up, constantly, like.
every single day.
And there's
What do you mean, people thinking that she's a prostitute?
all the time.
Because you're walking on the
Because
Oh, yeah.
because we're standing at the gas station.
Have you ever had to
Oh yeah.
protect her in that sense?
Yes. Yes.
all the time.
All the time, every
All
day.
the time.
Every day.
But
Every day someone thinks you're a prostitute.
Every day.
every day, every hour, and
I've actually had a guy come up to me. We were
they
standing.
come up to us all the time and
Okay.
ask him, "Hey, can I have your girl?"
Right.
Like, or they just hit on me like he's not there.
Right. He's like, well, she
Offered
wanted.
you
One guy wanted to
$10.
give her fuck. Yeah, exactly.
$10?
Offered him
So
$10.
he wanted to go smoke some crack with her, and he's like, hey, can we go smoke? She's like, well, can he come? And he's like, no, he can't come. And she's like, well, he's like, well, I'll give you $10, or something for your troubles. I'm like, $10, bro? Like, I don't know what the fuck you think, but that's like my wife. I'm not gonna let her go for a fucking $10 bill, bro. Even though it was 3 a.m, I don't think we probably hadn't eaten. We were fucking probably sick. And fucking $10 ain't shit. Even if he would have offered me $10,000, I probably still wouldn't have beat his ass and fucking.
When it comes down to it, it would not be worth it to hurt the person that I love, that I feel safe with, the only person that's there for me at the end of the day. It would not be worth it for a hit, for $100, for anything. I wouldn't want to do that to him.
So it's never gotten to that point where you guys are so desperate where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this.
No.
We'd rather be sick.
We stay sick.
We stay sick.
And it's
Rather be
annoying.
sick.
I do not like him as a sick person. He gets pretty bad. Like, turns into an animal.
It's not fun. It's not a good time.
I'm not very fun either.
She's
so,
not very fun at
I
all.
mean,
Very mean. Very mean. But I know it's all him. It's not her. It's the drugs.
So if I could offer you guys a magic wand and you could wave this magic wand and turn your lives into whatever you want it to be. And I want you to really think about that, like whatever you want it to be.
Whatever.
You could say I want unlimited meth and crack and heroin and to live on a beautiful island and just have all these drugs and blah 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 blah, or you could say I want to have a simple life, or maybe a very extravagant life and be completely sober and have family and a regular job. Whatever. Tell me what that would look like.
would be, for me, it would be on a farm. Just in the country somewhere quiet and pretty with our daughters. Maybe some new ones, I don't know. Sober.
Somewhat.
Clean and sober, if you had to say both.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Well, weed,
Yeah.
I can't smoke weed anymore. I don't know, I'll try.
Just gonna like.
But definitely sober. Drugs have not been helpful.
Not anything that is gonna be a wake up and have to put in your system to function. That's what I hate the most every day. Like when I get up in the morning, having to reach over and do this shot or whatever it is just to be able to fucking function. I hate it. That's my
Instead
biggest.
of reaching over and giving him a kiss and saying, good morning, how did you sleep?
What do you want for
You
breakfast?
say, hey, are you going to make that shot?
Where's that rinse at? Stupid shit like that.
It's just not, and we know that.
But
we
we
know
keep doing
better, but we're both at the same point in our addiction
Yeah.
in life. We're old.
We're old.
We're old, but we're not over. It's not over.
No.
And
Do you feel like it's just getting really scary out there, though? Do you think that, like, something has to happen, something has to give, or one of you's going to end up dead?
yeah, unfortunately, I think we've both accepted that point and we've embraced the crazy, scary part, and we've become a monster.
We've both
in
lost
our
so
own
many
way.
people.
Yeah.
Like, so we had a friend staying in our downstairs a couple weeks ago, and he OD'd. And the girl that he was with was down there yelling, ah. So I run down there, and he's out on the floor, and I went and I fucking brought him back, gave him CPR, and brought him back. Well, I counted, he was number 54 that I
He
brought
does
back.
this all the time.
54.
He should have been an
Say
EMT.
that one more time.
He was number 54 that I brought back.
You brought back 54
54
people
people.
from overdoses?
From overdoses.
Do you carry Narcan on you?
Usually I have it, yes. Yeah.
How many people have you not been able to bring back, or how many people have you guys?
Anybody that I've tried, I've never not been successful in bringing someone back. So.
Have you guys? I'm sure. I think I know the answer to this question, but you guys have lost people or friends,
Many.
or people that you know.
Oh my God.
How many people would you say that you know that have died because of their addiction?
Oh my God.
Thousands, hundreds,
All the
hundreds.
people I know from high school.
Yeah. My best, it's ridiculous. It's so sick.
Thousands.
Thousands. I made a post on Facebook probably about a year ago, and I said, post a picture of a loved one that you have lost to addiction. And I think with a matter of 2 days, I had over 500 hits of people with posting their pictures. I love you so-and-so, I love you so-and-so with a picture. And it's just been so sad, unbelievable. I can't, so many close people. Like I had 20 everyday people that I would talk to on the
That's a lot
phone.
of people, though.
Yeah, 20 everyday people that you call. You know what I mean? That you go to work with, that you grew up with, whatever. And not one of them, maybe two of them are still around.
I've been assumed dead, disappeared for almost a year, and I had not gone on social media during that time. My parents put out like a detective to look for me, and my whole Facebook was full of like rest in peace and just people saying how they remembered me and stuff, and it was just so crazy to see that. And the look on people's faces when they saw that I was not dead was just priceless. Like people would just break down crying. People that I didn't think that I knew, like in the program, they're like, "Oh my God, you're alive!" I'm like, "What? Yeah, I'm alive." It's just, it's scary. It's really scary how many people we've lost and how easy it is to just accept that that person's probably dead.
Like the first time she OD'd, I brought her back. And when I brought her back, I was fucking crying. I was a mess because I didn't think I was gonna be able to bring her back.
I had just got out of jail, right?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Then I got hit by a car, so I got ran over by a
Oh
car.
my gosh, you got ran over by a car.
February 9th of this year. And
Almost lost his leg.
yeah. But after that, we were sleeping in an abandoned warehouse. And we had a wood burning stove in a room that we could barricade off. There was a door on each side, so we could go in.
Insulation blocked around the wood burning stove and like a pew that we had, and we were sitting on, sleeping on.
And for whatever reason, I kept. I was ODing.
It was falling out.
I kept falling out, and she kept bringing me back.
It was the smoke.
And I didn't even fucking remember it, but.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was.
So you thought that you were overdosing, but you were just breathing and
It
smoking.
was the smoke,
I think it was both.
It was both. He kept falling on his face and like just going out.
Because I couldn't even.
I did it too.
I couldn't even walk. Like I couldn't walk for
scary.
2 weeks. I couldn't even walk for 2 weeks after I got.
Yeah. That's when we were in Bob and Tom.
Hotel.
We went to the Jay-Z and then we went to Bob and Tom.
Yeah, we're a trip.
That was crazy.
Well, guys, we get a lot of people reaching out on social media and offering to help and stuff like that.
Mhm.
When we post these videos, people hear these stories. There's a lot of, whether it's shelters or different support groups, treatment centers, things like that. They do offer help, and so I want to make sure that you understand that if you do need help, if you guys make that decision, because I really do believe that there's no people retiring from addiction, long-term addiction, right? Like,
Right.
this is killing people left and right.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why we're doing what we're doing with the show, is to show how real it really is.
Right.
And I would love to see you guys on the other side of that magic wand, option B, where you're living at that farm and you have your kids back and all that stuff. And obviously the reason we're not doing this to try to get you into treatment, but
Right.
we like I said, we get a lot of people reaching out that offer those types of things if it's something that you need. So you guys have our contact information. We've been communicating all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you do decide that you do want that, whether that's tonight or if that's in 90 days or if that's in 3 years, I want you to reach out to us, okay?
Perfect.
Okay. One thing we did talk about as far as treatment, we've both been to treatment on the 21-day programs a number of times. It's the same stuff, and it's just like a break from the streets, and we know the classes, we know the whole thing, and
It's the time.
we need something different, something just different. I don't know. That's all I got. Maybe a spa rehab.
A spa.
No, not that, but I don't know.
Something more challenging.
Maybe
Maybe
not so much more challenging.
Hands-on.
Maybe more
outgoing.
just personal, or maybe just more relaxed, or not so much.
Kindergarten, first
Not
grade.
so much NAAA based. Not that I have anything against that. I do love the program. I go to both because I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. I like to think alcohol is a drug too.
Now you tell us.
But I think it's more than just the drugs and giving it up and learning how I know everything about drugs and addiction, and I think it's more about me and getting in touch with myself.
Sure.
All right.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Thanks.